If you've been browsing the luxury SUV market, chances are the Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 has popped up more than once. Sleek, upscale, and loaded with tech, the GLC 300 is a tempting choice, especially on the used market where depreciation can make it a far better deal than buying new. But is a used GLC 300 really worth your money, or will it drain your wallet in repairs and maintenance? The GLC 300 is Mercedes-Benz compact luxury SUV. It replaced the GLK class in 2016 and shares its underpinnings with the C-Class sedan, blending sedan-like driving dynamics with SUV practicality. Most models come with a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine that produces around 241 to 255 horsepower depending on the year, paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. You'll find it in both rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive versions, called 4MATIC, with the latter being far more common in colder U.S. regions due to better year-round traction. Part of what makes the GLC 300 so appealing is its refinement. Even on the used market, it feels like a true luxury vehicle. Step inside, and you're met with high-quality materials, soft leather, solid switchgear, and elegant design. The interior offers a quiet, comfortable environment for commuting or long road trips, and the ride quality leans more toward comfort than performance. It's composed over bumps and cracks, and road noise is minimal. Mercedes clearly put a priority on making the GLC feel serene and upscale, and that's a big selling point, especially for buyers who want something more sophisticated than a mainstream SUV. Technology is another area where the GLC 300 stands out. Depending on the model year and trim level, many used examples come equipped with features like navigation, heated seats, power liftgates, dual-zone climate control, and even adaptive cruise control or surround view cameras. Starting in 2020, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto became standard, making those models particularly desirable for smartphone users. Mercedes' MBUX infotainment system, found in later models, is slick, voice-activated, and visually impressive, although earlier systems are a bit more dated and clunky. That said, even older GLC 300s usually offer more tech and safety features than most of their mainstream competitors. Another big factor in favor of buying used is depreciation. Like most luxury vehicles, the GLC 300 loses value quickly in the first few years. That's a disadvantage for new buyers, but a major win for savvy used buyers. A well-maintained 3 to 5-year-old GLC 300 can often be found in the $28,000 to $38,000 range, depending on mileage and options. That's a big step down from the $50,000 plus price tag of a brand new one. In terms of bang for your buck, a used GLC offers nearly all the luxury and tech of a new one for thousands less. However, no luxury SUV is perfect, and the GLC 300 is no exception. The biggest concern for many used buyers is reliability, and this is where the GLC starts to show a few cracks in its otherwise polished facade. Early model years, especially 2016 and 2017, were prone to a variety of electrical issues, including infotainment troubles, power liftgate malfunctions, and intermittent check engine lights. Oil leaks and transmission hesitation were also common complaints from owners of early models. While Mercedes has worked to improve reliability in later years, you still need to be cautious, especially when looking at models with higher mileage or incomplete service records. Repairs and maintenance are another consideration. Even if the GLC 300 doesn't suffer major breakdowns, routine upkeep isn't cheap. Oil changes can easily run over $150, and a full brake job might set you back more than $1,000. Tires, sensors, and routine service all come at a premium, and if something major fails, like a control module or part of the infotainment system, it can cost well over $1,000. This isn't a Honda CR-V where parts are cheap and labor is easy. A Mercedes is engineered with precision, and that complexity adds up at the mechanic shop. So, which model years make the most sense if you're considering a used GLC 300? Generally, the sweet spot starts around the 2019 model year. These vehicles are new enough to avoid the common problems seen in earlier models, but old enough to have depreciated significantly. The 2020 through 2022 GLCs are even better thanks to a mid-cycle refresh, which brought sharper exterior styling, updated infotainment, and standard smartphone connectivity. These models feel very modern and tend to have fewer owner complaints. If your budget allows, A certified pre-owned GLC from these years offers added peace of mind, with factory-backed warranty coverage that can shield you from expensive surprises. On the flip side, the 2016 through 2018 GLC 300s are best approached with caution. As the first few years of the model, they suffered more from bugs, glitches, and minor issues that newer versions had ironed out. While many of these vehicles are still on the road and loved by their owners, the risk of annoying or costly repairs is higher. If you're shopping in this range, it's crucial to check for complete maintenance records and, ideally, have a trusted mechanic perform a pre-purchase inspection. Ownership costs don't end with purchase price and repairs. The GLC 300 also requires premium gasoline, which can add up over time, especially with fuel economy averaging around 21 to 24 miles per gallon. Insurance is also a bit pricier than your average compact SUV, with annual premiums typically ranging from $1,500 to $2,000 depending on location, age, and driving history. Factor in the higher cost of replacement parts, especially for bodywork and electronics, and it becomes clear that while the GLC 300 is affordable to buy used, it's not exactly a budget car to own. That being said, the right buyer will still find a lot to love. The GLC 300 is perfect for someone who values comfort, quiet rides, and premium features. If you're not planning to keep it past 100,000 miles, and you're okay budgeting for higher maintenance costs, it can be a fantastic daily driver that turns your commute into something far more enjoyable. It's also a good fit for buyers who might otherwise consider a new mainstream SUV but are enticed by the idea of owning a luxury vehicle at a used car price. On the other hand, if you prioritize reliability above all else or plan to drive the car into the ground, a used Lexus NX or Acura RDX might serve you better in the long run. These Japanese rivals may not have the same badge appeal or elegant interior design, but they generally cost less to maintain and are more predictable as they age. For shoppers who want peace of mind and lower total cost of ownership, they're worth a serious look. The GLC 300 delivers a compelling package of luxury, technology, and refinement, all wrapped in a stylish, compact SUV body. When bought used, it offers strong value, especially if you can snag a clean, well-maintained example from the 2019 or newer model years. The trick is knowing what you're getting into. A used GLC 300 isn't the kind of vehicle you can buy and forget. It demands care, occasional repairs, and a bit more money to keep it running smoothly. But if you're okay with that, it rewards you with a driving experience that feels genuinely premium. So yes, you should consider buying a used GLC 300. Just make sure you choose wisely, do your homework, and walk into ownership with realistic expectations. That way, you'll get all the luxury with fewer surprises and a smoother ride, figuratively and literally.